What's up, guys? This is Quincy with Coin Club Crypto. Welcome to my channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and talk about it with your friends if you like the topics we have to talk about today. Now, let's build. What are we building? We're going to be building a cross-border remittance app in regards to allowing our users to be able to send money to their friends overseas for very, very cheap and very, very quickly. Now, let's get into it. Now, we're actually going to be using XRP for this application here, and we're primarily going to be just illustrate, well, how can we make money, or how can we build an app that's able to generate revenue by using the token XRP and by being able to be a middleman for a series of payments to take place. So we've got this little diagram here. We've got me right up here in the corner with this little bit of XRP. We got the blue guy, we got the red guy, and we got the green guy over here. So we got the blue guy. He's an American, and he's got his nice, humble CBDC here, the central bank digital currency, and he wants to be able to send money to his friend, the red guy, in Japan. Now, he doesn't really have any means to do so. He's just a regular guy, blue guy, gets up, goes to work. Not a big deal. He doesn't know how to do these things, so he's going to download an app, our app. Let's call this the Q app. So he downloads the Q app and he wants to send money. Now, for him on the front end, he may just go click, 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 send to red guy, boom. And that's just it. But how does this work on the back end? So what we're going to actually do is we're going to illustrate that. So first, we've got blue guy who's actually going to go through us, send his money to us. And we've got him sending $10.01 here. And as he sends his money to us, we actually forward that, or not even so much forward that, but we actually take the overall compounded value of the overall value that was issued with that token is going to be packaged as a Japanese yen, not so much as it gets transformed. It's more of it gets turned from dollars into XRP, and then that XRP is used as a representation of value for these tokens. And we're going to use these as issued assets because I'm not a bank. I can't issue CBDC. So these are my own stable coins in a sense. But these coins are directly paired to the value of XRP programmatically. And it's almost as if I was holding a piece of XRP called a Japanese yen. It's just holding the value of that 1,000 yen that I have in there. Now, this is a good distinction to make because once red guy gets this 1,000 Japanese yen that's paired to this XRP, he's like, great, cool, the money got here. It's awesome. Now let me go buy something. Now he may go over to his friendly neighborhood merchant and may go, I would like to buy some goods, please. And the merchant may go, okay, cool. Now, let's just assume that there was some sort of altercation here. There wouldn't be because this would be programmatic, so neither one of them would know this would happen. But let's say the merchant's like, hey, what's that little token you have there? That's not the government-issued currency that I'm legally supposed to be using. What is that? And he may be going, well, this is my Japanese yen. Well, it's not actually Japanese yen. It's the value of Japanese yen paired to XRP directly and it can be liquidated on demand as Japanese yen. Well, we can't take that here. We have to take CBDCs. So what is actually going to end up happening, and this is just a hypothetical encounter, this doesn't actually happen. What ends up happening is as that encounter is actually about to happen, that issued asset issued by me isn't actually going to the merchant. Now, it could. The merchant could say, hey, thank you for that Japanese yen issued by Quincy. Thank you, and take that. But let's say there was some regulatory concerns, or let's say the merchant just didn't want to. He's like, hey, look, I deal with these currencies. It's issued by the banks. This is what I'm going to take. So instead of that currency going directly to the merchant, the currency would actually come back to me as essentially an XRP gateway. And instead of having this immediate trust line between the red guy and the green guy, what would happen is the token will come back to me. I will find a trust. I'll find a trust line with some other entity that's able to issue these green tokens, get a green token, and then make sure that the merchant is able to get their green Japanese yen token. Now, this is actually what's called rippling, and I actually go over this in another video, but usually when people look at rippling, they typically look at just one asset turning into another asset, when this could really just be a rippling effect between somebody with trust with one entity sending an asset that's trusted by that entity to another user who may not have a relationship with that entity, and that entity needs to find an asset or another entity that user has trust with to be able to continue that trade. And what that allows is that actually allows for these independent users to have their own trust sets with their own organizations like their banks, and then be able to do outside broader trade through those organizations because they have the trust set within those organizations as opposed to just with anybody as a whole. And the reason why this is important is you're able to make trades and certain transactions with outside entities, even entities that you may not necessarily trust, because your organization or the organization that you primarily go to, whether it's your bank or payment application, is the one that establishes that outside trust, which basically flips over the risk onto them as opposed to you essentially taking some random token issued by some random entity. So if you made it to this far, you made it to the end of the video, you can finally see why it's such a great thing to be able to have these digital assets for cross-border remittances. And if you have any questions or anything new you'd like to bring up, you can totally bring those down in the comments. Check those out all the time. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.